Hello and welcome to the Gambling Files podcast, the podcast that, like Ice Cube, is straight out of Compton, if Compton is a small town in Wales. I'm one of your hosts, John Bruford, joined by our other host, Fintan Costello, and yes, it's really him, and he's really here, because I haven't yet figured out how to manipulate AI prompts in order to fake that hair. Fintan, hello.
Hello.
It was like watching a horse trying to get some sugar.
Yeah. Sums up my life. I'm just trying to get that sugar.
Fintan, at least you can see the sugar. I can't even see the sugar. My horse is diabetic and just floundering around in a field of its own shit. But anyway, how are you? It's been a while. It's been a few episodes. Yeah, it's been a few episodes.
Yeah, well, it's summer holiday times, so, you know.
So you've had several.
I've had several, correct. I'm going again next week, by the way.
Okay.
Fun fact.
Good to know. Because next week's recording is a chat that's rescheduled specially to see you.
Wow.
No, I'm just fucking with you. He doesn't care.
He doesn't give a shit. He doesn't even know our names. No. He's just here for the backlink.
There's a lot of that about.
Yeah.
But you're all right, are you? Hair's going well?
All good. Yeah. All good. Enjoying the weather. Enjoying the hot weather. It's nice. Bit of sunshine.
Hang on there, you're Irish. Surely it's like you only go out at night.
Since I lost weight, right? So there's two issues, right? Or two new things have encountered in my life. Since I've lost some weight, for the first time ever, I've been getting, like, obviously not during the summertime, but I've been getting cold. Right? I just thought people were being dramatic.
No, that's a thing, and I can attest to that myself.
Thing. And like I had to buy like base layers, and like I was genuinely cold for the first time ever, which is interesting. And then the flip of that is summertime's actually quite enjoyable. I'm not like just, oh my god, my body just wants to shut down and go into a mini coma. I can actually enjoy the heat. So yeah, fun time.
Well, I'm not there yet, but I do remember when I was relatively slim for a while. Like, you know, like when you run, like you and I think both do the same thing. You sweat enough to, like if you were Gulliver and you went for a run in Lilliput, you would drown so many of Lilliput's occupants because you sweat so much.
Yeah, I'm a big sweater.
But you'll sweat far less when you're running.
Yeah, agreed. I haven't done much running, but yeah, in theory, that sounds about right.
No, see, I'm a little bit excited. I did a little trot the other day just to see if I would, have palpitations and arrhythmia and die, and I didn't, right?
Ta-da!
But I did this in the middle of the countryside with no phone signal as well.
Oh, that's very sensible.
It's very rock and roll. So, and I did that, and I was like, I did that, and I didn't have any pain in any part of my body at all, which is like, it's pretty unusual because I'm old and stuff, right? And I thought, I quite fancy going for a run now, and I think I've lost a little bit of muscle off my legs, so they're more like normal sized. And I think just carrying that a little bit less weight, even if it's muscle, because it's not whether it's weight or muscle or fat, it's like just weight counts.
So Nick, the context is John is built like a draft horse. He's all leg. You know those draft horses?
I wish I was built like that.
Races?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just like all back legs. John's a bit like that.
The legs are the hardest thing in the body to build, so you're blessed.
Yeah.
You say that, but it's awfully difficult to get jeans to fit.
I'm sure. It's a good problem
the
then.
cycling brand came out with jeans cut for sprinters, so bigger
wide thighs.
Mm-hmm.
But did they come out with, because track sprinters tend to have one thigh bigger, don't they?
Oh, the first leg.
And it's much bigger. So I mean, I don't know how they just need MC Hammer pants.
Just lopsided. It looks like you're on a step.
But no, for a little while, everybody was doing this athletic cut, right? And so like I've got like Gap were doing them, and the Gap ones were absolutely lovely, right? Really, really nice jeans. And of course, they stopped doing them because they realized there's only so many stumpy fat people out there. but I, being able to buy jeans essentially off the peg is like, that's amazing for me. Cause I've never been able to do that before. Because like each one of my thighs was like, 29 inches around, something like that. That's like
just always big legs, just genetics.
Yeah. Just that and playing a lot of football when I was young, and swimming a lot and stuff like that. Yeah, so that's just. I mean, just buying normal-ish jeans is like, oh, it's good, man. If I can get some that will fit my calves as well, I'd be over the moon.
Calves are big too?
Yeah, I have to wear them like Hulk-style cutoffs. Hulk post-transformation, obviously.
Well, that's genetic as well, because you can't, like, I think the calves are like, it's a big issue.
Are the hardest. Yeah, it's the hardest thing to
You've either got that gene or you don't.
Well, funny 100%. Thing, right? I mean, like, if I'm in the gym, like, say I'm on the lateral leg press, like, I can lift the whole stack with one leg. It's like 220 kilos or something, and it's like, I can calf raise the whole stack. Like, wow. It's just really, really easy. I can't do the same weight on a reclined leg press, but that's gravity as well. That's really quite different. But it's awkward. It does make life a little bit. I was running through town here, right, and I was going past this pub at the end of town, and there was a man and a woman sitting outside the pub, and the woman just elbowed the bloke. She just went, "Fucking hell! Look at the guns on him." I'm like, yeah, I kind of feel good.
Me, I'm not a sex object.
Yeah,
I'm not just feelings. Sinewy muscle.
Oh, God. I'm more than my body.
I'm not an animal. Yeah. So yeah, legs. Yeah. But funny thing is, I get it from my mum's side, not my dad's side. He was built like what's the term? A wet fart. Anyway, I digress. Fintan.
This is where we segue into
Sponsors of Thrill.
Wow. Actually, the opposite of a wet fart. I'd like to introduce our.
I was just going to say, can you think of any organisations that are not at all wet farting?
Wow.
But I can think of some organisations.
With this sponsor, they're pushing heavy into AI. I think they could just automate us and just get rid of us.
I'd be up for that.
Fucking great. Follow this, you fuckers.
Yeah, you can copy my voice, but you can't copy my slightly disturbed brain patterns.
There'd be an entire data center dedicated to just your segues. Just your, like, oh, that's the movie trivia cluster, and this is magazine day anecdotes.
Good times. This is his time working in the adult industry. Yes.
Yeah.
That one get access to.
So I would like to thank Optimove.
Was it me saying about the adult industry that?
No, not that.
It's probably for the best, because I was going to stop you if that's where you were going with that. I was going to say no.
Never do that.
Don't make that connection. It's not right. They're a fine, upstanding group of people.
This is one of these things now, John. The more you explain it, the worse it gets. No. They're really good people.
Well, I'll stop now.
I think you should. All right.
The floor is yours.
This episode is brought to you by Optimove, the creator of positionless marketing and the #1 player engagement solution for iGaming and sports betting operators. If you want to learn how positionless marketing is changing how iGaming teams operate, go to optimove.com and discover how operators are using Optimove's positionless marketing to launch personalized CRM campaigns, dynamically change casino lobbies and bet slips, and create engaging, gamified experiences. That's optimove.com. You tell them we sent you, they'll give you a free month and take really, really good care of you. Thank you.
That was great. Yeah, it was great, Fintan. And I think that
my ad voice.
No, it's good. I always come back to the movie A Prairie Home Companion, which unfortunately none of our guests have seen yet. Oh, come on, man. It's like Robert Altman's last film. Dude's a legend.
Oh, my God. You're just saying words at me now. It's like...
Fucking hell. It's like you've got some... You revel in your cultural illiteracy.
Sure. This is a me problem. Sure.
I love your self-awareness and that you recognize that, though, and I appreciate that.
Look, we can blame me all we want. We know this is your autism/ADHD or whatever kicking in, and whatever rabbit hole for whatever niche movie genre you've gone down.
Neither of those things exist, Fintan. There is no tism. There is no ADHD.
There's no tism. There's a touch. Everyone's got a touch. It's just how it manifests.
Nick, where are you from?
Originally, I'm from Massachusetts.
Okay, are you familiar with Garrison Keillor and A Prairie Home Companion? It was a syndicated radio show.
I am not.
Okay.
A syndicated radio show?
Yeah.
Fucking how old are you? 60? 70? Like, what are we...
Dude,
52.
52.
Wooden box thing, wireless.
Hang on. 52, and you just missed my birthday.
Did I not send you happy birthday?
No.
It's because I'm dead inside.
Pretty much, yeah.
Sorry.
Again, I bless your self-awareness. So anyway, Garrison Keillor in A Prairie Home Companion, it's one of those shows. He does it like...
Before you get into this, better link to an ad read.
It does.
Before you get into the story, okay.
He does it like a really old style radio show. So it's recorded live and it has like a review format. So, you know, different artists coming on and doing their acts and it's pretty fabulous, but he carried it on into the 2000s. But every so often he would say, and we'll be right back after this word from our sponsors. And then go into Kellogg's wants you to have a great day, etc. And I love that. And I always wanted to do that on this.
Nobody's stopping you. You're in charge.
I'm not sure I'm the right person to say things like that to, Fintan. But it's funny you should say that because we'll be right back after this word from our sponsors. Today's episode is brought to you by Gaming Laboratories International. GLI is a world-class testing, inspections, and certification company committed to delivering the highest quality land-based lottery and iGaming testing and assessment services around the world. GLI provides suppliers, operators, and regulators with expert guidance for navigating the future of gaming and ensuring gaming innovations meet regulatory standards with confidence in more than 710 jurisdictions. For more information, visit gaminglabs.com.
Perfect.
There you go. Well, we have got another one though.
We do.
I hope they're not watching the video because you were just like, have we?
No, I was trying to think. I always get caught up on the name. So
the artist formerly known as Clarion Gaming.
Yeah, or the artist currently known as World Gaming.
Yeah, that too.
The bringers of ICE. I'm going to say it. ICE 2027.
I'm going to check, see if I've been paid because then I can book my ICE trip.
Or cut this segment out.
Is it
what you were saying there?
Is it Barcelona again in 2027?
Barcelona, yeah. Barcelona 2027. The gaming event of the year.
Yeah, it's going to be big. I mean, I think it's fair to describe it as the biggest show in gaming, despite some claims to the contrary. But I think there are different ways to measure these things, aren't there?
Mm.
But it is a great show, and Barcelona's a fabulous city.
Yep.
You know, what's not to love? I always say, if the worst thing that you have to do this year is go and spend 3 or 4 days in Barcelona, it's a fairly good year.
I can't wait.
That just didn't come across as sincere. I'm going to use AI to create a sincere you saying that, and I'm going to just drop it in, and it'll be seamless.
We need more data center.
if you like, but if you go back and listen to this, you'll be like, holy shit, I really sounded good there. And you'll be like, but I mean, obviously you don't listen to it. Because if you did, you'd be horrified at the stuff I've been saying about you the last few episodes.
That's fine. I deserve it.
Yeah, you do.
Should we talk to Nick?
Yeah, we can do. Yeah. But, well, hang on. I'm going to just say his name and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And where he's from.
Got it.
So recently we've had a couple of emails from people saying, actually, we might have an interesting person for your podcast. And this one is interesting because it's a subject and all that. The aspects of this come up in episodes a lot, don't they, Fintan?
Mm-hmm.
If you can remember. But yeah, we're welcoming DEDPRZ Casino CEO Nick Papagorgio, which we told reliably is a made-up name. Nick, welcome to the podcast. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you guys for having me.
The DEDPRZ Casino, is that anything to do with Point Break or just something you thought up?
Yeah, it was actually back in 2023. I actually ate some mushrooms and came up with this whole idea one night in my apartment, and then set out the next day to start building what you now see as DEDPRZ.
Special mushrooms, Nick?
Yes, indeed.
Very special.
Yes, very special mushrooms.
We've had. Oh no, it's on. We have another podcast about addiction, and we had Pedro on that. Pedro Romero, I think I remember his name right. But Pedro's doing some research into psilocybin for treating addiction. It's really, really fucking interesting.
Yeah, I've heard great things about that. Yeah.
Yeah,
that,
but
actually,
for treating depression
ayahuasca
as well.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the beautiful thing about it is, like, if you take like lithium or any of the traditional remedies for depression, etc., it takes weeks to build up, and you know, it's a long set of weeks apparently. With psilocybin, you know, people are like, well, half an hour, 45 minutes, you're already there. But the lasting effect of that is it lasts for you're good for months and months and months, and that's extraordinary. But anyway, sorry. Yeah, I am actually quite a big fan of mushrooms.
Yeah, me too.
So mushrooms came up with the idea.
Yep.
This is a great start, by the way.
It's the truth too.
That's even better. So is DEDPRZ a 100% crypto casino?
We support fiat payments as well, some credit card, debit card payments, but mainly crypto is our audience. Yeah. And
I should have probably asked this before we started recording. Where are you licensed? If
Anjuan.
Oh yeah. Is it difficult to get a license there?
It is not. It is not difficult at all.
Okay, is there any particular reason why you're licensed there?
I think that's kind of like the first path, the easiest path. I mean, we were licensed out of Curacao before, and then we switched to Anjuan, and I think that was like a good stepping stone to then we're now looking at the Canadian license.
Well,
that's the end goal.
Fintan, was it you? I think it was you that was saying that. Is it Georgia has crypto regs for gambling?
Wasn't me saying that.
I've got a feeling
somebody
said that to me.
I did just see some stuff about that. Yeah, I also saw some
stuff. And Curaçao's just
published their
regulations. Yeah. So I mean, it's coming. It's it's just taking a while. But so, all right, I've got to ask this. I'd be remiss if I didn't, right? So basically, you were licensed in Curacao, and they've now done this. They've now published these crypto regs, just in time for you to be licensed somewhere else.
Right. So what happened? So I'll explain why. So we were working with a white label provider at the time, and we were operating under a sub license, and that ended up creating a lot of issues for us doing business to business work with other companies because we were not the actual license holder ourselves. So that's why we went to Anjuan.
Okay. With an Anjuan license, where, I mean, presumably you're not just, pitching your services to the people of Anjuan. I would think that's
No.
probably quite a small market.
Yep.
Where can you go with that?
I mean, a lot of places. Canada is our main market, and South America as well, Argentina. Those are the two big places that we target.
Okay.
But it's similar to the Curacao license.
In what respect? Sorry.
Like all the same countries blacklisted as Curacao.
Okay. So, crypto casinos, I mean, without wanting to sound harsh, and I'm not dissing you or your business at all.
No.
They've often been the punchline of a joke, as in, as analogous with dodgy dealings, with black market, etc., etc. Have I just described your operation, or are you a bit more,
No,
nice?
absolutely not. We want to actually be the opposite, and I would say that this came from, starting this whole thing came from also a passion and a hobby of gambling myself, and one of the problems is that exactly, like, you just never know what you're going to run into. So I wanted to create something where it was a safe place where players don't get taken advantage of, and we don't do these dodgy things that you just described.
Well, we've just had Patrick J. Yeah. We had Patrick J on a couple of episodes ago, and Patrick's whole episode was basically about player trust. Without player trust, you've got nothing. You've got high churn, you've got bad reviews, you've got nothing. And we had you missed it, Fintan, the lad who's doing the sweeps reviews and all of that affiliate. And I think he's doing wonderful things. And again, it's about trust because, we are in a web literate world. People do know how to look up reviews. There are some stupid people out there, don't get me wrong, but most people will have a look and see what people are saying about something. There are hundreds of subreddits on online gambling and blah, blah, blah. Thing is, though, Nick, and again, this might sound like I'm being harsh, and I'm not, I promise. But what you're saying, what if it's just words, Nick?
Proof is in the pudding. I would say that a lot of those forums that you're talking about, most of those are planted from other operators, whether they're trying to promote their own operation or telling people like FUD that another operation is going to scam you. But most of our players are just word of mouth. If people have a good experience, they tell a friend, they onboard a friend. But I agree with you. Like, words mean nothing. Everything is proof in the pudding.
So what are the keys to player trust for you, like operationally?
I would say, being active in the community myself, always having a good answer and a good response that's thorough for any player asking a question about whether it's provably fair, a bonus, whatever these things are, and having a competent staff to answer these questions and to make people feel safe and make them feel trusted, and always just being good vibes and good customer service and explaining everything as much as we can.
One of the key things for players, and Noah and Patrick both hit on this, it's like not fucking around when it comes to paying out. Is it? What's the split in transactions approximately between crypto players and non-crypto players? Do you know?
90 for us. It's like 95 crypto, at least.
Very okay. High. Is there a difference in the type of player? Is there a difference in how they play? Is there a difference in the demographics there?
From what I see, I would say I don't really see a big difference, but I do see that people depositing with fiat are much more aggressive, and they'll bet most of the whatever they deposited in a very short amount of time. That I've noticed recently. But we're also not a huge operation. I think the sample size is quite small, so I don't think that's true to every operator, every casino, or every player that deposits with fiat. But that's something that I noticed myself in our casino.
What that I do know some of this answer, but not all of it, because I am by no stretch of the imagination an expert, am I, Fintan? But what are the key advantages for you operationally, but and advantages to players as well for crypto operations?
It's just so much easier. There's no chargebacks. Everything is finalized once it's done on chain. Everything's provable on chain. I mean, the velocity of money is just way faster. We can do instant withdrawals that hit your wallet in less than 5 seconds. Like all of these things. It's just a far better method of transacting globally and in the world, not just in gambling, I would say.
What are the most popular games, or what are people doing most on DEDPRZ?
I would say originals, blackjack, and then always hacksaw and pragmatic games. I would say they're the hacksaw and pragmatic slots are 70% of our volume, our monthly volume.
Why?
I think they just make the best games. As a player myself, I prefer to play hacksaw and pragmatic, but not so much pragmatic lately.
Okay, I'll edit that bit out so you don't, anger them.
Well, it's true. I think, ever since Eddie from Stake told all their streamers from Stake, hey, you guys are not allowed to stream anything other than Stake originals or Stake Engine games, I've significantly noticed pragmatic, not like the RTP, not being close to what the theoretical RTP is. Now, once again, it's hard. We're such a small sample size. I can't speak for the broader markets, but I've noticed for us, the RTP has been quite lower.
Interesting.
So,
Fintan, just in case somebody from Pragmatic Play is listening, sponsorships are available. What are you saying?
So, you're saying they've adjusted the
I'm not saying anything.
How can I phrase this so I don't get sued? What's the implication?
It would appear there's no. I'm not implying anything. I'm just stating what I noticed in our operations. I would notice that there's less wins on pragmatic ever since this started to happen.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But is it enough of a sample size? And
of course not. Absolutely. Yeah. That like I said, it's not even close to a large enough sample size. Okay. But that's just what it seems like for us.
But then the problem is, if that becomes the perception becomes reality, and people go elsewhere, and it's unlucky or it's not paying out.
There's only one way to do it, and that's provably fair. And they won't post any provably fair stuff.
But does anybody do provably fair for slots at volume?
Stake Engine does.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do people use it? Because obviously there's the concept of provably fair. Does anybody actually?
That's a great question.
Use it, right?
That's a great question, and I don't have the answer to that. I think it's nice to have that. Oh, I got rinsed for a bunch of money. Let me go make sure that it was at least provably fair that I got rinsed. But I don't, like you said, I don't think that really even happens unless they're like really. There's just a specific type of gambler, I think, that will do that. Most people know.
Because if you're going to blame the casino for your losses, even if it's provably fair, it's like, this is they've rigged this as well, right? They're not going to do it's never going to be enough. Which is, I think there's a small section of people who appreciate it, and then there's the rest. Okay, so you've launched DEDPRZ. You're a crypto casino. What differentiates you guys from every other crypto casino? What's so special?
I would say for the most part, all these crypto casinos are basically the same, and it matters who's operating them and how you're treated when you play and what kind of incentives you're being awarded when playing with those casinos. I mean, we try to give back as much as we possibly can to all the players, all the VIPs, and there's a small margin of profit that we use to operate and to market, but we try to give back as much as we possibly can to the players. And we just try to we try to handle customer support. Like I've had support issues at other casinos before, and there's always a human there within a minute to talk to you, to help with any issues, and just customer service. I mean, because obviously we're a smaller brand, we can't compete with the likes of Stake and Rainbet and Roobet, so we have to do other things to make up for it.
Yeah, because it must be hard, because it's effectively a commoditized product. You've got Pragmatic Games or Paxo or whatever, so does everyone else, and so where are you going to differentiate?
Right.
When you talk about, obviously there's brands, one way to do it, it's it's an eye-catching brand, it's a fun name, support bonuses on the money back to, or the rewards back to players and stuff. Is that provably fair, or is that proven or documented? Or
I mean, in the sense that we can show the player exactly what their P&L is for the week, their wagering, how much they've deposited. I mean, we show the player all their financial details whenever they request it. That's not a problem. And then those rewards are based on whatever their wagering is.
So there's a standard formula. This is how much we're going to.
Yeah. Yep. For instant rewards such as rakeback, the standard stuff. But then we have VIP transfers or special VIP incentives where we have additional rewards on top of that, where we show the player on a weekly basis. These are the stats. This is what the reward was for these stats.
Got it.
Yep.
So how important? Because obviously, when I think probably if we look at the more traditional online casinos versus DEDPRZ, one of the things that jumps out is things like the Telegram community, the Discord channel, the Discord server, your there's NFTs, etc. So how important would these people still play if the Discord server wasn't there, or is the Discord server and the Telegram an integral part of the experience?
So I would say even if both of those things were removed, the players would still play. I would say that the majority of the people and the community inside both Telegram and Discord were mainly from the NFT side of things. When we launched the NFT back in 2023, that's where everyone was hanging out. And then, some of the players ended up going to play in the casino, but we don't see a huge overlap with casino players in Telegram and Discord. Except on whenever I stream, I'll stream in Discords a couple times a month, and then we see a good amount of the players coming in to watch the streams. But the casino would be totally fine without Telegram or Discord. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not really a funnel.
Yeah, or I was thinking even more retention.
Yeah, well, that too, because then we have streamers. We just had a streamer have a nice hit yesterday. He comes in the channel and he posts a win, and everyone likes it, reacts, and then it sparks conversation, and then it's just a community.
Okay. So what does the future look like? So you've got obviously crypto as a payment method. Let's assume provably fair becomes more common.
Yep.
Where does a crypto casino, what does it look like in 3 years' time?
Oh, that's a great question. For us, I can speak for us. What does 3 years look like? Obviously, you already mentioned that we have NFTs, and I would say up until this point, DEDPRZ has been a long journey, and for me and my team, learning and building this whole time, because as we started with a white label service provider. We ran into some issues. We had some funds that were lost that caused us to go to, look for an alternative solution. And after about a year, we knew, okay, operating on someone else's platform is not sustainable to meet the goals that we want to achieve. And now, as of the beginning of May of this year, we spent the last 8 to 12 months working on a platform with some really, really good engineers that came from Microsoft. They were senior engineers at Microsoft. And so now we have this custom platform that we're able to build out everything, retention tools, our own CRM, our own affiliate system, and basically taking all the things that we learned operating through a white label, and then taking all that stuff and kind of cutting out unnecessary expenses and building the things in-house that we could. So the next 3 years is I want to have everything under one roof, all of our tech. We already have some of our own original games. I'd like to expand the collection on original games. We're also going to have NFT deposits enabled, where then the NFTs will act as different incentives, lottery tickets inside of the casino, weekly raffle tickets, all sorts of incentives and good ideas that we have for that. That'll take some time to develop that. And for us, just expanding the community, expanding our streamer roster, and growing to be in the top 10. Like, that's the goal for us in the next 3 years.
Okay, so it all sounds very like there's nothing. Oh my God, this is so futuristic or different or mind blowing.
I don't.
Like that, right?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think it's just something. Gambling is something that people have been doing since the dawn of time. They will continue to gamble forever. I don't know that we need to invest time or money into trying to reinvent the wheel. We know what people like to do. Like, let's just, focus on those things.
So let's talk about the. Oh, sorry, John. Do you want to go in?
Well, I'm just going to throw this out there, and no royalties required. But I think the first operator that gets AI addicted to gambling is going to be onto a winner.
But that's a real conversation to have. Are agents going to gamble? Because we've looked into allowing agents to gamble, and we just don't have enough data there yet. But it gets me thinking. Well,
it's coming.
There's agents gambling right now, opening accounts, placing bets, tackling arbitrage opportunities for people.
Well,
that's the obvious place for it, isn't it?
That's right.
Absolutely happening right now, for sure.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
But could you bring that into an actual RNG scenario? That's
why not?
Well, you could have your agent just play perfect blackjack strategy, right?
Or a mine strategy or a limbo strategy. I think these agents, it would really make sense to have them playing originals, not really slots, because I feel like slots are, you're playing a slot because you want to see the animation, you want to win, and that's like an experience you want to see with your own eyes. With originals, I think there's opportunity to get lucky and play certain strategies and actually make money, and that's where the agents will go.
Fintan, you're about to say something before I chipped in with my AI gambit.
I was going to ask about streamers. So obviously, using streamers as a marketing strategy is important. It's a big part of. I was joking. It was side story. I was joking with somebody today. It's a really successful, chatting with an entrepreneur, really successful entrepreneur, done like some huge like $1 billion businesses, and he's got a really thorough method for like evaluating companies and industries he's going to get into and these kind of things. And I was asking, like, well, what's the one that got away? And he sat there and he thought about it, and he's like, none, right? And I'm like, lucky you, like that must be great. I've got fucking 100 of them that got away. And I think the big one that jumps out is streaming. So I'm old enough to remember when like live streaming, like when Twitch was called something else.
Me too. Yeah.
Justin TV or whatever it was, and there was only a couple of people, like they were struggling for money and all that kind of stuff. And I remember somebody explaining to me live streaming slots, and I'm like, that's just the stupidest idea I've ever heard in my life.
Do you remember what year this was?
I think it was still called Justin TV. Twitch was still called Justin TV.
So it was a long time ago.
Old, yeah, I'm old, man. And it was like, that's just, nobody's going to do that. Like watching online poker, I get. Watching somebody play slots is just ludicrous. Nobody's going to do that. Yeah. Don't be ridiculous. And if I'd have just done what they'd have said, we'd be doing this from my yacht right now.
But the way that they do this, like I still think streaming slots is ridiculous. But then when I catch one, and they're doing like, right, we came in here with 10 grand, we came in here to do this, this, and this, and it's like, actually, this is quite compelling.
Because it's not the streaming slots; it's the relationship with the streamer. And
it's constant, yeah. They're really jockeying it.
It's no different than putting the radio on and listening to a disc jockey who's just picking songs and chatting away. And,
I'd argue there's less inanity from a streamer.
Well, it's harder metrics, right? Because you're just a click away. Like it's easier to churn.
Yeah, I mean your viewer is theoretically already interested, but there's also a billion other things they could be doing. Whereas radio's passive, isn't it?
Very. And once you've got your station, you kind of got your station. So if you so working with streamers, obviously you know like you said you're kind of a up and comer, big competition. We need to be smarter. We need to be better. How do you tackle something like streamers in that environment where the big guys can come in, throw around a lot of money, and overinflate value of streamers, or streamers are getting more savvy and more ruthless and all this kind of stuff? How do you navigate that as a challenger brand?
Well, I mean, it's a great topic, streamers specifically, because in our experience, there's just so much botting and so many fake statistics out there that it's really difficult to navigate, I would say. And even working with agencies, when you do your own due diligence on these streamer accounts or their socials, you quickly realize there's really nothing there. So people now, it's just they bought their kick stream, they post a couple of videos, they have a bunch of views, and then they say, give me a big deal. And when we first started out, we were naive. Oh, these are great stats. We tried it out, and we were very quickly disappointed. And that's been the case many, many times. So we obviously can't compete, like I said, with Stake or Rainbet or Roobet to get a Steve Will Do It or a Togi or people like that, where they have these massive deals. What our niche is we really want to find the people, and you don't even necessarily have to have already been streaming gambling content. If you're interested in creating gambling content, or you've made a little bit of gambling content out there, and we find you, we reach out and we try to onboard you that way and build a long-term relationship so we can grow alongside the streamer. Because it doesn't make sense for us to put, all of our marketing budget into one basket of one streamer. It's just, it's nonsense.
Fintan.
What?
Let's do it.
Uh-oh.
You're going to start streaming, John?
No, not just me. We could do this.
You should. Why? I mean, why not? Why wouldn't you? Do you like playing slots? Do you like gambling? If the answer is yes, you should be absolute. Oh no.
But like
lotto tickets, mate.
Yeah. Oh, that's.
But
that's
Nick will work with us to grow together.
I don't know. I think we're going to have to put in some work.
Yeah, obviously we'd have to do.
We could
stuff.
leverage our podcast empire, John.
Yep.
To monetize more aggressively.
But like you said earlier, you should have went into streaming. Like that's something that I saw in like 2020, and that's what I originally wanted to do, but instead, went down this route and being an operator. I think I would have done very well as a streamer, to be honest, because it was before all these people started. Just to give you an example, like, someone comes into our Discord, this was a couple weeks ago, and they have 2,000 subscribers on Kick, no videos posted, no other social presence. They want the total package between leaderboards and a balance to stream with, of which they can withdraw, was like $75,000. Which is crazy, and there's
we're much cheaper, Nick.
Hang on a minute.
Yeah.
So I was dismissing the streaming thing a minute ago.
Did you guys not know this? I mean, they're making the gambling streamers now are making more than professional baseball players. Like that's what it's being compared to right now. Yeah, I'm not even joking.
Right, John. I'm thinking we go for the older demographic,
Yep.
right? The mature
Cha-ching.
slot player.
Let's do it. Well, seriously,
I support it.
I've actually got time. Would you believe? I do. I suddenly do have time.
Right, Nick. Walk us through it, right? We're going to launch the gambling files. Well, we're going to come up with a name. The gambling streams, the gambling... What do we think? Anyway, we'll come up with a name. So we've got to come up with a name.
Mm-hmm.
Walk us through what we need to do to get some of that 75 grand.
Oh, well, you wouldn't be getting that 75 grand from us. That's the thing.
No, not from you. Not from you. That's fine.
Oh, from another casino.
We'll go mug your competitors. That's fine.
Yeah. I mean, that's,
Nick offered us this.
Yeah.
Nick said you'd pay 75 grand.
I mean, it's, I mean, you just really have to just start. Just start. That's it. Just start. Start, be consistent, make engaging content, and within I would say 2 weeks, you will be messaged. People, if you have a Discord, there will be people from RainBet, RuBet, Casino, us potentially, all in your DMs trying to get you a gambling deal.
Okay, so what kind of numbers gets people's attention? Because obviously, there's the guys doing millions and the big guys. For a smaller streamer, what's a good view count, subscribers, good number of people on a Discord server? Like what's a credible, like, just get you in the door?
To be honest, I don't look at Discord at all anymore, and I don't even look at follower count. I go to the stream myself and I watch it, and I watch it for at least a half an hour. And if I'm seeing that it's you're a real person, you enjoy gambling, you know the slots, you know the industry, you have a real community, I'm very interested. But if you're just sitting there, not talking, not engaging, you're just spinning, and it's very boring, and it's clear that you're just working, you're working for the casino, just spinning away, I'm just gonna, and there's no one in your chat, I'm moving on. Like, that's not interesting to me.
John, soft pitch.
I can't tell if you guys are being serious right now.
I'm fucking, for that kind of money, I'm being fucking very serious.
I mean, it should be part of it.
What if, because we're recording anyway, right? So imagine John's live streaming right now, playing his slot games. We bring in an expert guest every week from the gambling industry.
Yep. And then the three cameras of each person is over the slot where you're just spinning the whole time. And then once you spin into a bonus buy, okay, pause, guys, hang on, we got to go in.
Yeah.
Ooh.
How about that?
I don't know if John likes that or not. I can't tell.
I do like that. I think that's excellent. Plus, we could work on our witty repartee.
Well,
but the banter back and
forth, right? That bit we've got. That's the problem.
And I would say duos, like people when they're doing it together, they seem to perform better. That's what I've noticed. When it's more than one person on the stream, and whether you're both on stream or one's on stream and one's off stream and one's just on audio, like when there's chit chat back and forth, or if there's two people, it seems to be more engaging, and the results are better.
Some just thinking through some technical practicalities. John's based in the UK. I'm based in the Netherlands. Both highly regulated markets. Yep. What risks or what problems, legal risks, do we face?
Yeah, you can't do it if you're in the Netherlands. You would have to do it on a locally licensed casino. Otherwise, you'll run into a lot of problems. And I've seen it with some streamers from the Netherlands before. They do not mess around. In the UK, same thing. You would have to be gambling on a casino that's specifically licensed in the UK. If there's one that would, but ultimately, you I guess you both don't need to be. One could be on the platform. John could be on the platform because in the UK they have, I think they support bonus buys. In the Netherlands, they do not. So John could be the one actually gambling and broadcasting his stream inside of Discord. And you're in there to totally legally.
Here's the play, John, right? What we do is we'll start off with you on a UK licensed casino, build up the audience, right? Get the offers in, take the offer money, rent a yacht,
International waters.
International waters.
And then you both go gamble.
Right?
Get some of that big Anjuan money.
Yeah.
We'll have monkey knife fights, fucking illegal slot streams.
Now you're talking.
Oh, I love it.
Crypto, it'll be brilliant.
I love it.
Right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's huge. It's a huge, and like now, younger people, I think people are just going into they want to be a gambling streamer. Before it's like I want to be a YouTuber. Now it's I want to be a gambling streamer. Like that's a job. It's absolutely insane, and the money that they're making for the good ones is like athletes.
We are like athletes, Fintan, already.
I think our banter is like a mind sport.
Yeah. Just say, look at these calves. Look at these calves.
Oh, look, calves, feet. That's a whole separate. He's already got his OnlyFeed account.
We could get the farming community though. Look at these calves.
All right, I'm intrigued.
What do you guys like to play?
If I'm in a casino, I would probably gravitate to blackjack.
Blackjack.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
But I find roulette intriguing.
I find craps baffling.
Oh yeah, everybody does.
I never
Even the
win on
dealers.
craps.
I just like what is going on? Everyone's having a great time. Like the craps table is the party table, which you just kind of gravitate towards.
I think that's just where the drunkest people go.
But it's just chaos.
Especially when you have like a hot shooter and they're just on like 25, 30 rolls. Like it's crazy energy.
Yeah, it's when you see it. I mean, I can only think of there's probably more than one, but I can only think of one UK casino with craps in it. Because you have to learn it, and we're not big on learning in the UK. Oh,
but it's specialist dealer. Like the table staff are very.
Yeah.
It's more senior staff and stuff as well. There's a lot of cheating or potential for cheating and all sorts of stuff. So
yeah, but it is a huge sort of energy generator on a casino floor. And it's one of the best illustrations of why you can't get rid of live dealers, or why you shouldn't get rid of live dealers. Because a good live dealer on a craps table is like a fucking DJ at a concert.
Completely agree. Yep.
Because they'll be hyping up the winning streak.
Right. And it draws people in.
Yeah. Good point.
So Nick, if I did. No, hang on. I'm going to take a little step back here. I'm on the website now. And I was just looking around, and there's a little suite of originals there. Many of which are your traditional recognized casino games. Now, do those games, and bear in mind, you'll be perjuring yourself if this isn't true. Do they have, when you are developing those games, are they developed to have the same probabilities and I'm not going to say return to player, but basically the same odds as a dealt casino game? Because you've got blackjack on there, you've got roulette on there, you've got something that is definitely not Wheel of Fortune on there. So
I'm not a developer, but I can tell you what I've learned from doing these games. The RTP is just for paying out. Like the provably fair is what will determine what the outcome is before the round is started. And all that is done before the round even starts. So in blackjack, for example, some people like the AI blackjack, some don't, but this is how it works. It's six decks RNG'd, and then that starts the every single round. And then after that hand is over, those 6 decks are RNG'd again, and then the hand is dealt again. So it's all just RNG shuffled with 6 decks, and that's for blackjack. But it's a similar idea throughout all of the games for provably fair.
That RNG potential with 312 cards is quite enormous as well.
Right.
There's no gaming that one, is there?
No, that's impossible. It's impossible.
Okay. With your originals, are there any side bets or anything like that? Because side bets are big business now.
Blackjack, they're siders. Match the dealer and for 3 of a kind. Just like in Pragmatic or in Evolution Live Casino.
Okay.
Yep.
I do like a good side bet.
Me too.
Now, if I had a specialism other than napping, which I'm very good at, very good. If I had a specialism other than napping, it would probably be RG. And I'm looking at your RG text on the site, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I appreciate what I'm asking you is quite specialist knowledge, and you might not have it as the head honcho top of the tree. It's like when you see politicians on shows and somebody says to them, "Oh, why is there a 0.3% drop in the budget for this?" Well, they're not going to know that because it's awfully specific, and that's not what politicians actually do.
Right.
Anyway, I'm not giving you an excuse there because I'm going to pounce on it if you go, I don't know.
Okay.
It's a crypto casino, or a largely crypto casino, with an Andrew One license.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm seeing on this page is all of the right words and some extra words, but all of the right words about problem play and protecting players and all of that. But what are you actually doing? Are you using software in the background to analyze this? Are you trying to preempt problem behaviors? Like on our addiction podcast, we have Dr. Michael Auer, who developed Necton's mentor software and is one of the world's leading academics, and all that jazz. Necton was bought by OpenBet. So yeah, we've got some knowledge and some experience of these things. So I am curious. I see the words, but what do you actually do?
I would say that's just no player is going there and reading the responsible gaming on the website. It's more of how are they using it. And I would say that we have those responsible gambling tools built into the profile. So once you're logged in, and if you have a problem gambling, like you need to self-exclude. I mean, we don't really, because we don't know anyone's financial situation. For example, if we see someone losing a lot and they come out and they ask for, they ask support a question, we always recommend, hey, maybe it's time to take a little break, take a breather, and remind players to always be gambling responsibly. Like, we want people to have fun. If it's not fun for you and it's addiction, then we don't want that type of stuff happening on our website. And we do whatever we can to help the players, but we don't have anything that'll specifically identify these players, because I'm not even sure what you would identify. Just like if you have someone who has a lot of money and they continually deposit, they could just be having fun.
They could, but there are certain key differences between somebody who has a lot of money and is depositing and having fun and somebody that isn't. But what you're saying, it is quite an important thing. There are ways to differentiate between a top level VIP player and somebody who's absolutely fucked.
Yeah.
Both are very profitable. It's just one of them's profitable long term and one of them isn't.
Yeah, but that's not something that I wouldn't be able to sleep at night if I were knowingly trying to exploit someone's addiction. I myself had a problem with addiction in my 20s, and I know what it's like to be an addict. And like, if you're the one that's peddling this stuff to someone, then like that's not something I want to be involved in at all.
Addiction comes up on our podcasts quite a lot. Because I've got loads of good shit going on. What's yours?
Mine?
Yeah.
Heroin.
Wow, that's pretty hardcore.
That's some Premier League fucking stuff going on there. Wow.
Yeah.
But that's like I've had lots of friends who've had heroin addictions, and most of them still alive. Not all of them, because you know how that goes, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of people I know, Jesus Christ, I make it sound like I move in some
the only addicts.
Interesting circles. But a bunch of people I know had they were kind of high functioning addicts, like never lost a job, never had to mug anybody or steal. They kept their jobs so that they could keep their addiction, and they understood that balance. And two of my friends, they they went on this. I shouldn't chuckle about this at all, really. They went on this journey because they were just like, fuck it, we're going to try all the opiates. And they stopped at heroin because they were like, actually, this is our favorite.
Yeah.
And actually, Nick, I tell me, could any of what I'm saying be triggering at all?
No. This is, I've been sober for 12 years now.
That's awesome work.
Yeah.
And they were like, they had jobs and all of that, and his job, Will, my friend, he had this job where he was working in like sheltered accommodation with people with very specific needs, and each time they got a new person into the accommodation, they'd have to take all the old stuff out, so kettle, toaster, spoons. So he had this never-ending supply of spoons through his work, and he's like,
yeah.
And then they got to a point where they realized they hadn't got anything left to sell other than, themselves, or they're going to have to start robbing stuff. And then they both managed to successfully quit.
Wow. That's amazing. That is amazing.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's, from what I can gather, it's not the most pleasant thing to quit. I've quit lots of other stuff, but not heroin.
Yeah, it's not fun. Don't recommend it.
No, if you were reviewing it for TripAdvisor, what would the headline be? 5 out of 5, worst drug ever.
Yeah, worst pure. I mean, I don't want to promote illicit drugs, but I mean, it was just, yeah. I think a lot of people, opiates, it's just once they try opiates, it's like, I found my drug. Like that's like what a lot of people say. And unfortunately, it just grabs a hold of people and doesn't care where you're from, how much money you got, what your situation is, but it'll pull you in.
Yeah, and it's really interesting what's been happening in North America in recent years.
What with the fentanyl stuff?
Yeah, it's wild. It's just wild.
Right when that stuff started to come out, and it's like, it's terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying.
But you've got people going from fentanyl to heroin as a cheaper alternative. So there's a huge heroin boom because of fentanyl addiction.
Oh,
which is sick. It's insane.
It's just like, but then it's like, if you think of your typical, or not your typical, but like fentanyl kind of cuts across all classes, all whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so now you've got like the soccer moms outscoring heroin, which wouldn't have probably happened terrible, man. Before.
You're right. Yeah. I mean, it was the same thing. That's like kind of where I started was when all these doctors were getting crazy over prescribing Oxycontin and Percocet and the pill mills in South Florida and the in the early 2000s. That's the same thing happened. Like just regular people, athletes got injured, and next thing you know, 2 years later they're on the street as full-blown homeless heroin addicts.
Yeah, horrible.
Yeah,
it's freaking wild. I don't know how we got down this road, Fintan.
Neither did I. Oh, addiction. You asked about addictions.
We were going to be streamers.
Yeah, we were talking about your big break here.
We're going to make some cash.
Being on
that would be pretty nice, actually. Yeah, it's the RG thing. It's interesting because, like as somebody who's kind of or outside, you kind of look at things and with the addiction podcast and with articles that I've written and stuff like that, and with working knowledge that I have of certain software and shit, that kind of shit. I do find it really fascinating because so many of these tools are never used by any players ever, and they're like 2, 3, 4 clicks away from the homepage. Whereas actually, you know what, if you're serious about it as an operator, make it part of the sign up. Like people might be like, I'm not doing that. Well, it's an option, but you just put it in front of them. Because if it's put in front of them as part of the process, you do it once and nobody's going to bat an eyelid about it. Yep. It's not that difficult. The further away it is, the less likely somebody's going to go and find it, because nobody's going to say, holy shit, I'm that dude with a problem.
Right.
Who the hell says that?
I agree.
until they're absolutely, speaking as an addict myself, until they're absolutely screwed already.
Yeah.
But anyway, what do I know? Don't even have hair, do I? I mean, if this were, you know, a representative demographic, 2/3 of men have hair, apparently. Bushy manes.
No, I mean, Fintan has a beautiful head of hair. Mine is not that thick anymore, unfortunately. It's
We're
definitely
talking
impressive.
relatively, though, aren't we? Because you're talking in relation to Fintan. I'm talking in relation to
Yeah.
both of you.
That's fair. That's fair.
I saw a dude once, and he had like a sort of an inch of hair as a sort of like a collar around his head kind of thing, but he'd grown it right out and combed it all over in like a shredded wheat kind of thing.
Oh my God.
It was amazing. It was one of the most amazing things I've ever seen.
Wheat.
Honestly, man, it was extraordinary. It was a windy day when I saw him, but we were in a pub, and I was like, I've got to see him leave. I have to follow him out of this pub, which I know makes me sound like an awful person, but in my defense, I was like in my mid-20s and very, very drunk, and unfortunately, I lost sight of him. The pub was very busy, and so I never got to see what happened. But I'm pretty confident I know what would have happened. I just, and this is pre-camera phones as well. I'm delighted to say, because I would have been seriously tempted to film that. Which I know makes me an awful person.
The streamer instinct was there even back then, John.
Yeah, back then.
That eye for, God, if I could stream this right now, I would. Like
In all honesty, Fintan, streaming and combining it with industry knowledge is actually a really interesting idea.
Oh,
I completely agree.
I'm not like, I know I'm right.
Because you guys would also hit a demographic that no one else is hitting. No one else.
Old people.
Cougars.
I would say I wouldn't classify them as old people. I would say like 30 plus. We're just not targeting the younger generation.
Yeah, we wouldn't work for the younger generation.
Right.
Actually, do you know what? I hate to say this, but the way that we work would probably work really well for streaming.
I completely agree.
I think we need to do a test.
Okay, we can do that.
I really hope that happens. That would be awesome.
I think I've got some ideas. I think we could do a test.
Well, look, Nick, we're probably going to come back to you and we're going to say, Nick, bring your checkbook.
Yeah, we've got a yacht. We're in international waters right now.
I'll be there. Just send me the GPS coordinates.
We've got a bunch of new Stanley knives. We've got box cutters, and we've got monkeys.
We got some hungry monkeys.
Okay. I don't think I have any other casino-related questions. Actually, no, I do have one. With the I don't actually know the specifics of Anjouan licenses. I'm aware that they're relatively simple to get. Not in a cereal box, as somebody joked in the past.
Sounds like a Fintan joke.
Actually, that was actually me.
That was okay.
Are there? You might not know this. Are there any RG requirements per the license?
I mean, just that we have like the self-exclusion tools that you'll see in the player profile and the
I've already banned myself
content. Yeah, so that's what they require. But we would have that either way. We want to have all those tools, and sometimes people don't know where that is, and they just open up a ticket. Hey, I want to close my account. I want to self-exclude. Done, and we take care of it.
Okay.
But in terms of Anjouan forcing things, it's just the RG content on the website and then the tools that we provide to players.
Hang on, I've just seen the game shows bit. What the hell?
Have you not been on game shows?
Well, I have now.
Oh, Crazy Time, Money Time, Mega Ball.
Yeah,
so pragmatic and evolution.
Yep.
Yeah, mainly Evolution. They're the biggest for like game shows. Crazy Pachinko, Crazy Balls.
as an operator, you never tempted, and I'm certainly not dissing any of the product that you've got here at all, because Evolution developed a lot of these things and are the masters of them for a reason. Are you just asking you as an operator? I mean, I could ask any operator this, but I'm asking you, Nick, because you're here now. Are you ever tempted to do your own dealer stuff? Are you ever tempted to do your own, or is there licensing issues with that?
No, I think that's kind of that's where every operator is kind of heading, in my opinion. Or I think there's other companies like you guys follow Duel at all, like what they're doing with their own blackjack table that they're getting directly from Creed's rooms. I think maybe that route would make more sense instead of trying to, now we need to manage people, we need to have a building, we need to have another company, do all this extra stuff, this tech stack that we're not really currently familiar with. But I would love to have private tables. Whether or not we are the ones running the infrastructure is yet to be determined. And if it makes sense for us, I think we would do it. If it doesn't, then we would just go through Pragmatic Evolution or Creed's Rooms or another live casino partner. There's just a lot of logistics involved in that, and now you have to manage more people,
staff rosters, and
right.
Oh my god, the dealer's slow dealing, or made a mistake, or just that alone is just a pain.
Right. There's a lot of extra stuff to be worried about.
Yeah, but I think there is a brand there waiting to be developed by getting absolute fuckwits as dealers.
Well, I mean, that's exactly what we would love to do at some point, and that's kind of. Not to like promote Duel, but they've done. You have to give credit where credit is due. I mean, they don't do traditional crypto casino or iGaming marketing. They have their private table, and they just have crazy dealers on there. I don't know if you guys know Gypsy Crusader. He's from the U.S., but he's like a very big racist guy, and he's a streamer. He's all over social media, and he was dealing the table. They have the SpongeBob, like they had Bonnie Blue dealing, they had Mike Tyson dealing, and that's kind of their angle. And then they talk shit to the players, making mistakes, and that works well because now you have all these clippers and all this content being clipped and being distributed that you're not even paying for. They're just clipping your content because you're making good content.
I would pay real cash money to watch Gypsy Crusader dealing with Mike Tyson.
There you go. Send Aussie a message. I'm sure he'll make it happen for you. And then they also have their little roulette, which is on like an old like tube television. It's called In the Dungeon, I think. But they're doing some interesting things over there.
How do they have games with 100% RTP?
I mean, it's not actually 100% RTP, but I mean, by the time the effective RTP,
McDonald's burger is also not 100% beef.
Right.
They've
And I mean,
got a game called beef. Okay.
Yeah, they do. But I think their motto is they make money on slots. They're trying to not, but they say 100% RTP, but then you go to Twitter and you see someone posting 60 hands of blackjack in a row that they lost, or people are calling out their provably fair. Yeah, you never know. Yep.
Interesting. All right, me and Johnny got some homework to do. Nick.
Hey, if you guys need help on anything, let me know. I'm here to help. I'm here to assist and offer my knowledge anywhere I can.
We'll be back for questions.
I'm going to get a DEDPRZ tattoo.
No, don't do that, please. Not on your
forehead. Too late. I just emailed them to book it.
We have a guy, great community member. He's been with us since minting. He has a full back piece of DEDPRZ, and it's like a George Washington dealing on a craps table. There's like two other ones. I'll try to get it. Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. Yeah. Yeah, he's the man.
Have you PR'd that?
Yeah, we've sent it out. This was a while ago, almost like probably 2 years ago. That he's been. I think he said like 180 hours under the needle for it. Something crazy. Yeah, wild.
Send it out in a newsletter to your players with the subject line, "Call yourself a loyal player."
That's a great idea, and I'm actually going to
No,
I'm absolutely going to do it.
Who was the guys back in the day, like early internet, and they did a lot of those stunts where
Jackass?
No. It was a
CKY?
casino. No, it
Oh,
was
it's a casino.
or a poker room or something like that, where like they were like, we'll pay you to get a tattoo, or they did
I don't
loads
remember.
of these early stunts that just worked.
Yeah.
Um,
We never
like-
paid anybody.
yeah, no, it's just,
You just-
well,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, I can. Yeah, okay, interesting.
Yeah.
All right, Nick, you've
Yeah.
been awesome. Thanks so much.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Let me know if you have any streaming questions whatsoever.
Absolutely fine.
Stay metal and peace out.
Stay metal.
If you've enjoyed this episode of the Gambling Files podcast, please find us on LinkedIn. Give us a big, juicy, succulent like. That nearly went wrong. You can find us under the name The Gambling Files Podcast. You can find us on Twitter under The Gambling Files. I think the handle is just @Gambling Files. You can connect to myself, John Bruford, or Fintan Costello, also on LinkedIn. We're also both on Twitter. And you can find all of our previous episodes at www.thegamblingfiles.com. If you enjoyed it, please share, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your colleagues, and we'll see you next time.